Remember how blown away you were by The Legend of Zelda? Sitting there for hours on end, getting lost in the world, dying over and over because you were barely 6 years old and had never played anything like it. There weren't really any strategy guides. You couldn't go online and look up where to go. At that time, any friends you had probably didn't own a Nintendo. Then you had Super Mario Bros. To play through. At that age, the last world was nearly impossible. The Hammer Brothers destroyed me every time. Finding out about the warps was mind-blowing. There was even a second game on my cartridge, Duck Hunt. Yeah, the guns didn't really work too well, but at the time it was magical. Mario 3 came along with The Wizard and was basically an incredible sequel in every way. You'd come home from Blockbuster with a copy of Chrono Trigger and a box of runs to set up and play all night. A deep, multifaceted story to suck you in with this incredible soundtrack and amazing gameplay meant that when you sat down to play, you were going until the sun came up. And Super Mario RPG kept you searching corners for every secret, trying to find hidden question mark boxes and bosses to fight. If you were lucky on your birthday, your family bought you a Game Boy Color so your best friend could buy you Pokemon Blue to play out on the playground. Eventually, you'd discover how to duplicate your Pokemon while trading so you wouldn't need to replay the same reskin game twice. You'd hear rumors about a truck that had hidden Pokemon underneath and a cruise ship that would take you to faraway lands. That guy at the playground would tell you that his dad worked at Nintendo and you could get Mewtwo under the truck. Eventually, one of your friends got the new fabled Nintendo 64 with Mario and Super Smash Bros. He's having a sleepover and you're invited. You haven't had this much fun playing a multiplayer game since Mario Kart for the Super Nintendo. You're still stuck playing Sonic 3 and Knuckles, since the N64 is too expensive. His mom calls you all upstairs. Holy shit, she got pizza, and it's not DiGiorno. It's Little Caesars. You're living like a king tonight. David falls asleep first, so Corey throws Pokemon and Magic cards at him until he gets annoyed. You're getting older, so your parents buy you a computer. Packard Bell, baby. 133 megahertz with 8 megabytes of RAM. This thing could run the shareware version of StarCraft flawlessly, because that's what your grandma bought you. You managed to muster up a thank you since she didn't know any better and was being awesome. Besides, you still have the 1,000 games in 1 CDs that she bought you from that flea market out in Wisconsin 5 years ago. Without DOS, we wouldn't have Doom and Wolfenstein. Your dad's company is getting rid of hardware and he brings home a brand new computer. We're Pentium 3 now, blazing fast. Half-Life is here. These graphics are amazing. What's happening in this place? Is that an alien? You're so scared right now. You can play this game online on a 56K modem, so long as no one picks up the phone. You've got the full version of StarCraft now, so that means you basically have every game imaginable. Tower defense, RPGs, wave shooters, giant army battles, puzzle games. The list is endless. There goes your sleep too, because you're going to be trying to click the mouse as quietly as possible to hope your dad doesn't find you awake at 1 a.m. With some money you save up from holidays and birthdays, you buy a GameCube. You can finally play games with these crazy graphics that you've only seen on the Dreamcast at your friends' houses. Crazy Taxi, Freestyle BMX, and Smash Brothers are all on daily rotation. You're older now, but not old enough to say no to coming over to a friend's house to try out their new Xbox. Why is everyone talking about this Halo game? Holy hell, it's a co-op shooter where we can drive around an entire island and... Wait, what's that? Oh my god, it's like we're in Aliens, this is amazing, run away now. And shortly after, you trade your GameCube for an Xbox so you can play Halo whenever you want. Years later, your friend tells you he managed to snag a copy of Halo 2 on his modded Xbox, a full month before it comes out. You go to his house and play through the first few levels of the campaign. You're blown away at how much better the game looks visually and at all the awesome new features. You go back to school to tell your friends what you saw. One of your friends gets angry and shuts his ears, not wanting to hear any spoilers. There are hundreds of gaps in the story filled with countless hours of games that were played. Some memorable, some forgotten. Hours lost to discovering Deus Ex after a recommendation in high school. Trying to run Final Fantasy VII on my first computer ever, a 500 megabyte game fit onto an 800 megabyte hard drive, only to run at around 2 frames per second. Thousands of attempts at rhythm game songs for no purpose other than bragging rights. Trying to become the best player in the world in a Half-Life mod with less than 5,000 players. As cheesy as it sounds, these moments make us. What's your story?